In this lecture, we would like to discuss some important aspects of corporate law in context to India. So, exactly we want to deal what exactly means debenture and as it was defined by Professor Palmer and also under section 2 subsection 30 of the Companies Act 2013. So in this particular lecture we want to devote on debenture, and in connection to that first we will discuss regarding the very definition of debenture. Debentures means what exactly? Then the very kinds of debentures, then the characteristics of debenture. So also those remedies of debenture holders. And finally, we would like to discuss what debenture stock. So let us go to the first one and define what exactly debenture means. Debenture includes debenture stock, bonds, and any other instrument of a company evidencing a debt, whether constituting a charge on the assets of the company or not, as it is defined under Section 2, subsection 30 of the Companies Act 2013. So, debenture is a document which either creates or acknowledges a debt. It is a document acknowledging the loans borrowed by a company issued under its common seal and embodying the terms and conditions as to the repayment of the money borrowed with interest. So, for example, we would like to discuss that if a company issued a debenture of the sum of Rs 10 or Rs 100 or their multiples, it would be considered as a debenture a debt and a loan borrowed by the said company. And now we'll discuss how Professor Farmer defines debenture. And according to him, debentures as any instrument under seal and evidencing it did the essence of it being the admission of indebtedness. So the very company would acknowledge the indebtedness that it borrowed money through debentures, a kind of debt, and debentures can be issued at a discount for they do not form part of the capital of a company. So as they are borrowed as a kind of debt or loan, so they are not part of the capital of the company. So the interest payable on debenture is always a debt and may be paid out of the capital of the company. So, in that connection, we would like to discuss the various kinds of debentures, such as perpetual debentures, redeemable debentures, simple or naked debentures, and finally, the fourth one is mortgage debentures. So, in that connection, debentures in regards to perpetual or indefinable debentures are never repayable during the existence of the company. These are generally issued by railways and such other companies. The company may, however, repay the debt if it so likes, and redeemable debentures are those which are payable at the end of the specified period. In the very issuance of that debenture by that company. So, now we'll go to the third one, that is simple or naked debentures or debentures without any security as to payment of interest or repayment of principal. And finally, we will go to the fourth kind of debenture, that is the mortgage debentures. Mortgage debentures are those which are secured by a fixed or floating charge on the assets of the company. So, now exactly we want to discuss the various characteristics of debentures as provided under Section 2, Subsection 30 of the Companies Act 2013. So, in regards to that, the very first characteristic that we would like to discuss in regards to debenture is that a debenture which either creates a debt or acknowledges the debt, and that is the first characteristic of debentures. And the second characteristic of debenture is that a document usually provides for the payment of a specified principal sum at a specified date would be considered as a debenture, but the company may issue perpetual debentures with no specified debt to pay. And the third characteristic that would like to discuss is that it is usually under seal of the company, but is always not necessary. For example, in that connection, we would like to discuss the ruling of an important reading case decided by the Queen's Bench Division in 1881 relating to British India Steam Navigation Company versus IRI. So, in that connection, it was expressed where a certificate was signed by two directors of the company, but it did not bear the seal of the company. It was held to be a debenture. And now we'll go to the fourth characteristic, that is relating to there may be a single debenture or a series of debenture issued to an individual by the company. And finally, the fifth characteristic is that a debenture generally gives a charge by way of security, but it is not always necessary. A debenture may constitute a charge on the basis of the company or not, as per the provisions under Section 230 of the Companies Act. So, now we would like to discuss those remedies of debenture holders. So, in that regards, a debenture holder can realize his money that he paid as loan and which is a debt of the company by making use of all or any of the following remedies that available to a debenture holder. So, as per the provisions of the Act, the first one, he may institute a debenture holder's action on his own behalf and on behalf of all other debenture holders of the company for obtaining payment of their debts or to enforce the security vessel. The court usually appoints a receiver in such a case and declare the debentures to be a charge on the assets of the company. It directs inquiries as to who are the debenture holders and orders a sale of the property. Any surplus of the sale proceeds after payment of the principal, interest, and cost to be debenture holders is payable to the company. And the second remedy is available to the debenture holders is that the debenture holder can himself appoint a receiver where the power is so given to debenture holders why they did. And the third remedy is available to debenture holders is that a debenture holder may apply for a winding of the company, giving the creditor for the amount of his principal and of the interest payable to him direct and not to his trustee. And the fourth remedy is available to the debenture holder is that in case he can also sell the security through the trustees if the debenture trustee gives the trustee power of sale. And the fifth remedy available to debenture holder is that in case of the insolvency of the company, the debenture holder can either value his security and prove for the balance surrender his security and prove for the whole amount of his debt. And the next available remedies are he may apply to the court for foreclosure which may extend even to the uncalled capital of the company. In an action for foreclosure, it is necessary that all the debenture holders of every class be parties to the action. So, these are the remedies available to a debenture holder in case of the failure of the company to pay the very investment or the debt or the loan borrowed from the persons who are holding debentures. And now we'll discuss the last portion that is relating to debenture stock. So the very provision in relation to debenture stock is defined under section 2, subsection 3 as a debenture, as including a debenture stock. It represents series of Debentures in one consolidated mass stockholder is entitled to such sum of the whole amount as is represented by the stock certificate. The whole sum secured is treated as a single stock and certificates are issued declaring the holder to be entitled to a definite sum. The debenture stock may be redeemable on a fixed date or be remediable. A debenture stock is the debt itself, while a debenture is a document evidencing a debt. So, this is the fundamental difference that we found in between debenture stock and debenture. The advantages of debenture stock is that it is more readily transferable than debentures. And this is the second difference that we found in regards to in between debenture stock and debenture in regards to transferability of the rights. In the case of a debenture, there is a debt due from the company secured or evidenced by a document called a debenture. But in the case of debenture stock, there is a debt due from the company called debenture stock and secured or evidenced by a document called a debenture stock or certificate. So, debenture stock is secured by the execution of a trust deed whereby the issuing company covenants with the trustees for the debenture holders and stockholders obtain certificates of title. And this is one of the most important differences we found in between debenture stock and debentures. It is often said that debenture stockholders are not creditors of the company but merely a trust officers having a right to put their trustees in motion to compel payment under the covenant. And what exactly covenant means? The very agreement they reached with the company. They have no independent rights to sue the company, either at law or in equity. It is only the trustees that can ultimately sue for the winding of the company. So, in this particular lecture, we have discussed regarding one of the important feature of corporate law and the Companies Act of 2013 that is relating to debenture. So what exactly debenture means and how it is being defined under the Act of 2013 and also by Professor Palmer and what are the different kinds of debentures and what are the various characteristics of debentures. And in relation to that, already we have discussed one important leading case that is British India Steam Navigation Company versus IRI 1881 decided by the Queen's Bench Division, and also we have discussed those remedies available to the debenture holders. And finally, we have discussed what exactly debenture stock means and how it differs from debenture. So, in this particular lecture, we have finished one of the important aspects of the company law, or that is in relating to debenture.